Good morning and welcome to our April 16th. It's Thursday morning, our April 16th daily devotion. Today I tried flipping the camera a little bit, so let me know if you think that view is a little better or not, or if you're seeing too much of me. Actually, really, you're seeing more of the my cluttered bookshelf behind me, it looks like, this morning. But welcome. Today we are going to be looking, we're still in Proverbs, and we're going to be looking still at chapter 3. Chapter 3, we're going to look at verses 27 to 31. So just a short 5 verses today that we're going to look at, and that is pretty much the way Proverbs is. Like I said before, Proverbs is pithy. It's short and sweet little things. There's a little bit of it that goes on further, but by and large, a lot of what it is with Proverbs is we get little bullet points, little snippets of wisdom, and it's definitely wisdom teaching is what it's what Proverbs is all about. So we're going to dive right in this morning, and I see I've got a few people already jumped on. If people catch up, we're just going to have to catch up, I guess, this morning. So we're in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 27 to 31, and I'm reading from the New Century Version today. I looked at a couple different versions, and I kind of like the New Century Version for whatever reason. Only God knows. Here we go. Whenever you are able, do good to people who need help. If you have what your neighbor asks for, don't say, "Come back later, I will give it to you tomorrow." Don't make plans to hurt your neighbor who lives nearby and trusts you. Don't accuse a person for no good reason. Don't accuse someone who has not harmed you. Don't be jealous of those who use violence, and don't choose to be like them. Kind of a contrast we have here between things, and actually we could have broken that down into really 2 or 3 parts easily enough. I'm going to start with the second part and come back to the beginning, because the first will be last and the last will be first, and I tend to do that when I'm preaching and talking, and I tend to flip around and talk about the end and then go back to the beginning, just the way I am. Don't make plans to hurt your enemy, or your neighbor rather, who lives nearby and trusts you. Don't accuse a person for no good reason. Don't accuse someone who has not harmed you. And don't be jealous of those who use violence, and don't choose to be like them. Oftentimes I don't think we necessarily choose to. Now, violence could be physical violence, couldn't it? Or it could be, verbal violence, or trying to harm them in some way, either for revenge or just because some people seem to just thrive on causing disruption and chaos. And I've always said that there are just some people that thrive for chaos and live for chaos, and that's sad, and that's very much not scriptural. Absolutely not scriptural. We do not want to harm our neighbors. We do not want to hurt them, and we don't want to accuse them. We don't want to spread rumors, do we? That's one of those things. Well, did you hear such and such? Or we twist someone's words. We take things out of context. Sometimes we do that without meaning to be malicious about it. But unfortunately, there are those circumstances when all of us have, for one reason or another, maliciously twisted someone's words out of some whatever sense we might have, whether we want revenge or whether we're angry at them, or jealousy. And he mentions jealousy. Don't be jealous of those who use violence. Don't be jealous of those that use any means to get back at those that have confronted them. Or we don't want to look at that. We don't want to think, I wish I was more powerful, because then nobody would pick on me if I was big and strong, or something like that. We need to be careful with that. So let's look back at verse 27 to 28. Which is a contrast to this harming your friend, your neighbor. 27 says, whenever you are able to do good to people who need help. Whenever you are able, do good to people who need help. Whenever you are able, do good to people who need help. If you have what your neighbor asks for, don't say, "Come back later, I will give it to you tomorrow." Here we're instructed to do good no matter what. We're supposed to help those that need help. And pretty much on a daily basis, we're going to encounter someone in any given day that needs some form of encouragement, because all of us as human beings, we are emotional creatures, and all of us have those moments, doesn't matter who you are, where we need encouragement, where we need someone to say, hey, you're doing a good job, or try, just keep trying, you'll get it, you'll figure it out, don't worry, it'll come to you. Any type of encouragement you can give them, or even just if someone's struggling with something, you say, here, let me help you with that. Let me be, or I can can I help you by doing this? There's all kinds of things that we can do. And right now in this day and age, of course, in the situation we find ourselves in with this staying home and limiting our physical interactions with one another, we are limited, aren't we? And that, as Christians, I'd like to think that's one of the most frustrating things about this whole thing, is that we can't physically go and help someone in the way that we would really like to. And I'd like to think that that's one of our largest frustrations. That would make me more confident and happy with the state of humanity. But we can do things, and the other day I asked you to make a list of blessings, and today maybe you sit down and take out a piece of paper and pen and write down 1 through 5 and try to think of 5 ways you can help somebody even though you're not with them. And a lot of that's going to be sending an email, sending a private message, sending a text, or calling them. Or if somebody really needs something, you can always if they're in need of some form or another, and you have the means to help them, call the grocery store and say, hey, I think maybe such and such needs some help, and can you send some bag of potatoes, whatever, I don't know, over to them, and I know they need some help. So we need to be looking around right now in this time where we're in, where we can help each other, where we can encourage each other, because there's a lot of talk about how much longer this is going to go on, and it's very possible, folks, this could go on for another 4 weeks. It's possible. I don't know. People have asked me, how long do you think this is going to last, Pastor? I don't know. I really don't. I pray to God that it doesn't last another month, but it's very possible from what I'm hearing that it might. And if that's the case, then all of us are going to need some reassurance and some encouragement and some help. And so get on the phone. If your list of 5 is just 5 names, these are the 5 people I can call today and say, hi, how are you doing? That's perfectly fine. If you can come up with something creative, if you have an idea of something we can be doing, hey, comment down below. Give us some ideas. We'd love some ideas of how we can be a blessing to someone during this time. Don't wait till tomorrow. It says here, don't tell them to come back tomorrow. I'll give it to you then. Supposed to do it today. It's supposed to be a blessing today and every day. Let's make sure we do that. Okay. That's all we've got right now is each other, even though we can't be with each other. We're all we've got. So let's go forth and be a blessing to someone today. All right. And don't forget, we do have the drive-through communion. If you're in the Lake City area, if you're within driving distance, hey, come on over, 5 to 5:30. I'm hoping it warms up a little bit because Pastor don't want to freeze tonight, standing out there for a half an hour. Come on out and say, hey, Marge is on here. Good morning, Marge. Marge, come on a little late. You'll have to rewatch the video, Marge, in just a moment. But good to see you on here. Any rate, come through for the drive-through communion. Again, it's from 5 to 5:30 on the south side of the church. And again, I'll have my N95 mask and some gloves, and I'll probably have a couple coats on if it's as cold as it has been. Keep praying for warmer weather, all right? That's one of the things you can be doing to be a blessing to someone, so we can get out and go walking, all right? So take care, and we'll see you maybe tonight for driving communion, or maybe we'll see you tonight for the service at 7. Don't forget that also. We'll be live streaming tonight. So I'm going to go and get ready to work on tonight's service, right? God bless you. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.